Okay, my friends, Roger once again. Today we're going to be talking about the lungs and the gaseous exchanges that happens in the lungs and how that process works, turning carbonic acids into carbonic gases. And how does that work? And it's simple. Now, don't get upset. Don't start getting scared. It's simple. All right. Now, what I'm going to show you is the mud fossil remains right here of a chest. This is a guy's chest. That's the lobes of the lung. It's eroded. He died like this, and that's all the flesh that's eroding away. And this is the inside part of the lungs, the cavities, these alveoli. Right. Now there's red and black blood that ran through here, and I can show you that later. Now, this is his back. He died laying like this. The back has bits and chunks of bone all in it, and you can actually see where the bone was the anatomy of it, you can see. But anyway, that's the lung. They're not hard to understand once you understand them. And Tyson has one out on the West Coast. He's going to be walking in to this area. The ocean is eroding into it. It's absolutely phenomenal. Now, and this is a lung that was DNA certified. You see over here, there's certain ones. The right one, the left one has two lobes, I believe. This is a left lung. That's where the heart was sitting in the back of it. And this is the fabric, and it's been DNA certified. The hole was drilled inside. We got some stuff out, and the blood, and it's been all DNA certified, human, ancient DNA stuff. Now, so I have the little ones. He has the big ones. So we're going to show them. I just want to let you know, I have lungs in every single state of decay. I have them from here where they're gushing blood out of them, to this one here that's totally perfectly preserved and DNA certified. All the pleura is still on there, to this which is completely devoid, very little blood left in it. This type here, which I don't know what they're from, but their lungs are lungs, and that's the kind of crystals that go inside that remain inside, and you can see the different blood running through all those little crystals. If you can see the pattern it makes, pathways the blood runs through those crystals. Now, this is that chest that I showed before. It's a fully articulated chest, and this is all the black stuff is on the back that we're going to be looking under the microscope in a minute. And that's just, I don't know what that is, some kind of little animal lung, but it's a lung, and they call these concretions. They're not concretions. Those little balls there are different transition metals that have grown into little ball crystals. Like, basically they are concretions of the accumulation of that molecular structure just growing because of things that attach. That's what organic things do. They attach and detach. In the state when they decay and they lose all their organic volatile stuff, they end up mineralizing, and that means attaching to other things to become stable. That's what they do. You see that? That's that lung that I'm going to show you in the microscope. That's Tyson's area that he's working in. It's identical, just a little bit bigger. Okay, I want to make something clear. I hate it when people use words that nobody ever uses, which maybe this is one of them that I use. It's carboxylation. Well, what does it mean? So that's my point. If I tell you what it means, then it's not some big word that nobody understands. Carboxylation, very simple. It's breathing. It's making the acids that are liquid acids in your body that have carbon in them. They're called carboxylates, and they travel through your body in these acids, in carbonic acids, and then they turn into carbonic gases and they blow out through your lungs. all it is carbon. It's the black stuff. This black stuff. It accumulates, and it looks to me, it accumulates on metals and minerals that flow through your body. And I'll show you why I can say that. Tyson's doing a research out there. He's got the giant thing. I'm doing it here, and I can see it exact same thing on my fossils here. Identical. No difference whatsoever. Only he can really slam them with sledgehammers and stuff. I'm those little picks. Alright, I hope you can see this. Might be a little hard to see, but if you see right up, you see this ball here and these balls here and so forth. Those black balls, those are the same thing. You can see they're sticking out of there. They're like attached, these balls. Let me see if I can home in here a little better. See them? And all this black gooey stuff here, it's the same stuff that Tyson's working on. And it's blood. This is in the lung that I'm showing you here. See, there's some blood vessels in the little blood cells here. And I believe these are right inside the alveoli. But it is the same thing. And you see these cavities, these holes, these black little pits in here. That's where the air transfers through. Here's some. This is the side that's eroded, and this is the side of the lung that has all the cavities in it, where the air enters through. See it? It's all over the place. That's how a lung lets the air transfer through it. And then on the inside, this, whoops, got some light here, there we go. This is where Tyson is. He's walking into these caves, literally walking into these caves as they erode. And as they erode, some of them will erode minerals out of them, and some of them will erode black blood. Like this area here has minerals, I believe. As it erodes out of here, yeah, like in here, you see, those will end up being minerals when that erodes down. The black parts end up having black blood running out of them. I could probably find some if I look around. Oops. Well, anyway, you can see there's transitions between the red and the black. You see all those little minerals and so forth? Those are going to erode out. This is right next to the black part. This is the red part. You see, this is going to end up being all these little rocks that he's finding inside the caves. This right here is one of these vessels. And when that all erodes out, all of those little stones inside there that's your vitamins and minerals that run through your body. And they apparently collect up the black stuff. Let me see if I can move over to a black spot without coming off of here. Hold on, I'm going the wrong way. Alright, so I'm coming out of there into a cavity area. Here's the cavity area. I haven't removed it, so whoops. There it is right there. You see? You see how they abut each other? So, and I have, there's a lot of work to do, and I don't have the right tools here to do it with. But I know that's what's flowing through our bodies. These kind of minerals. And then when all of that red blood comes out of there, you're going to end up with all those minerals, just like these minerals, are going to be in these caves. And that's exactly what he found. All right, so we go back over here, and this is where the blood passes through there, or I mean, there's a lot of stuff to look at here. But there's the blood. See, there's where the red blood runs through. Look at that. Now he's going to be in a cave, and he's going to be in a cave that's just like this. And it's going to have these chunks around that cave, and he knows what is in there. What do you see? Tyson's doing a good job, man. He's got an outrageous spot there. Now, see what's in there? That's all going to run out of there, and what's going to be left over are those little boxes. Now, I bet you those are yoperlites. Those little white dots down there, you see them glowing? Those are yoperlites. Let me see if I can do this. Hold on, stay with me, guys. Yeah, here's Tyson walking into a cave just like this. This is the surrounding architecture of the anatomy. All right, so he's walking through this cave, and what's coming out of this cave is going to be all these minerals that when the blood rushes out of here, if it was in the ocean environment, all of that would wash away, and those would be stones. And here he is going deep into this cave and walking way into the back, and it's going to continue on through this hole as those minerals and metals erode out of there, as the waves lap in here, and all this stuff will run out. And that's the places he's walking in on and out of. Now Tyson's going to comment how many caves he's finding. I mean, he's finding them all over. Nobody even knows they're there. There's so many of them. And look, this is why. This is the kind of stuff he's walking around in. You see this? And he's going in there. You should have seen his wife was in one here the other day, and she could have just kept walking if it kept eroding. See, because in the back here, they just keep going on and on and on. All right, so we're going to go deep into the anatomy, and you see all this stuff over here? I got a million shots, a bazillion million times 10 of all kinds of different, you see this? This is all anatomy. This is all anatomy from different creatures. And I mean, I got it all, man. You see that? That's blood. Some more blood. You see that? Now, black blood is the deoxygenated blood. All right? And that's that, I forget all the names now. There's so many different names. But I got a lot of stuff showing all down in the fabrics of all the different tissues. And then there's different colored minerals that settle in different areas where there's tendon emplacements and so forth. And there's the there's an artery here that's sucking down blood. This is the black blood, and this is literally an artery. They call these smectites. They're arteries. They find them all over the place, and they don't know how to deal with them. You see that? It depends on the conditions that the thing petrifies in. Now, I'm going to show you something right there. They would call that shock quartz. It's absolutely not shock quartz. That is a lung, 100%. Now, there are shock quartz, absolutely, but not that. Absolutely not. That's blood running through here, and these are the patterns of well, here, hold on. These are the patterns of these kind of things that are running through creatures' bodies. All right, that's not shock quartz. So there's a lot of thinking to do here that really requires a lot of thinking. I mean, I could go on all day with this stuff. I got so much stuff on this. And it all requires chemical analysis. I can't, I got microscopes and stuff, but I can't do the kind of analysis that it requires. You see that? That's a tendon ball. And that's the round part of the tendon ball. And at the outside edges, these things grip like hell. It's fascinating, absolutely fascinating stuff. And they have names for all these things, but the names do not, like this is old red sandstone. That's blood with the minerals still in it that petrified in a condition that was conducive to keeping the redness in the blood. And that sometimes it doesn't happen. They turn black, they turn brown, they turn different colors. But I'm going to tell you something right now. This one here scared the hell out of me. Somebody told me that could be a spirochete. Now, this is a blood vessel. That's a blood vessel. And that thing is coming out of there. Now, I don't know what it is. I mean, that's not, that's, see, there's another blood vessel, not one coming out. And There it is. And I did look it up, and I think it was a lady sent that to me, and she's right. It could be a spirochete, which I don't know what the consequence of it is. Is it alive? I'm finding stuff, and I found other stuff that's, I mean, it's scary stuff. I got to be honest with you. Some of this stuff is scary, and a lot of it's scary. Some of it's damn scary. There's pieces of blood, and I mean, I have blood blood, gushing blood. Not just blood that is, I have blood that is literally streaming out of some of these. And this here, you see this? That pattern right there is a pattern of grip skin. That's the skin that does the real tough jobs in your feet and your fingers and stuff. Like this here, this is a finger. That's a finger right there. See? And that's that exact same grip skin. I don't know if you can see it from here. Whoops. Here you can see the finger. All right, there's the finger. Maybe you can't. No, you're never going to see that. It's got grip skin. Trust me. I got stuff on this. So anyway, that's a fingertip. And that's the grip skin, and that's where the blood blows out on the tip of the finger. There's so much to investigate here, and I'm having a hard time, honestly, finding anybody of the realm that you would think would be interested in this to take any interest. Very distressing. That's not shock quartz. It's not shock quartz at all. That's a lung, and I know that for an absolute fact. So that's a lung. That's a lung right there, my friend, and that's the blood passing through all the little alveoli in your lung. And when those transition metals in the lung, which are called seeds, those those seeds, which are metal seeds, begin to grow, just like they do in the kids, like that sugar rock candy. These are rock crystals. This is lung candy. And I mean, some of this stuff does look like candy. I'm not kidding you. Absolutely phenomenal. Look at that. That's what's in people's lungs. And I know it is because I got some information that came in a while back about X-ray microscopy, where they get the colors of the lungs. I mean, this goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Anyway, it's what it is. All right, Tyson is out here, and this is the carboxylated minerals. They're coated with carbon. Carbon's black. That's floating through your body. Nothing's going to grow on this because it's devoid of the things that supported life, which you already sucked out of them. This is the black stuff, the black blood, the deoxygenated blood, the nasty stuff that's going out to be blown out of your lungs. Now watch this. This is so deadly.
In here, as I believe this is like stuff that's in a carboxylation process that's transitioning in the fluid.
He's right.
To me, like blood or whatever it might be. And I believe that's what's going on with this bigger stuff.
Now look, see down here? This has been washed off of the carbon state. It's going back to its absorptive state. This is so bizarre. All these rocks in here, they're just getting washed away, just like the thing is breathing.
Stuff that's embedded in this.
Absolutely
here.
phenomenal.
Like a rock wall. It's just amazing. All this stuff just embedded in here, into this stuff. And so,
see it down here? Whoops. You see it down here? That's the stuff that was going through your body, collecting the black stuff, and now it's back into a state where it's going to get reabsorbed again. And I see this in this lung here all over the place. I can see this all day long in here. I can see them coming out of these cavities with all of these little, and I showed them before, so it's a brand new world, my friends. All right, you got to go up to Tyson's Mud Fossil Adventures. Absolutely fabulous work he does. Now, these are the carboxylated minerals that are coming off of here that are going to be removed down to their smaller states.
That's why I'm not sure what's
No,
going on here yet. I don't know if this.
He's going through looking at it. We're going to be talking with Tyson shortly. Now, this is where it's going in the red to the black area, and these are going to end up being a little further into here. You're going to see that it's totally devoided of the carbon content way down here. You see these little bits and pieces way down here? Now we're into the red blood where it's starting to pick up the right stuff. You see all the redness? That's a whole different section of the lung. And then you're going to see all these little bits. He doesn't really focus down on there enough, I don't think, to see it good. But trust me, they're down there. Let's see if he gets it down at the bottom good. I thought I saw it 1 or 2 times over here. Boom. That's what's going to happen. These are going to be going through the blood to pick up the blackness and bring it back and get recleaned. That's how it works. Carboxylation and decarboxylation. It goes both ways. And there's a transfer point between where the black stuff turns into the red stuff, and the blackness that was attached to all these things gets blown out. You see, they're starting to change colors into white and brown and different colors down here. And then when they're there we go. Okay, it's pretty. See, they're just getting washed into their mineralized state. Then they flow through with the rest of the blood. They do, and then they pick up the black stuff. I'm almost sure what I'm saying. There's another blood vessel right there, I think. But I mean, he's way deep in these caves. That's the decarboxylated minerals. They're in the process of being decarboxylated. In your body, they probably do the exact same process. Instead of those big black things you're going to see towards the end here, they're starting to change. And here's the redness coming in. The red and the black is mixing. This is a very, very interesting place, because that place right there is this place right here. That place right there is exactly what's going on here. Exactly. And there's going to be places where the red blood is right up tight and it's pulling oxygen. And then there's going to be places where the black blood is right up tight, dumping carbon. And the carbon is the black, the red is the oxygenated blood. Very, very interesting place he has. Absolutely fascinating. All right, so here he is again. He's inside of one of these holes looking out towards the ocean. All right, so Tyson, here we go. Watch this. He comes out. Now, there's all your carboxylated stuff. All right, there's all the decarboxylated stuff. All right, 2 different. See it black over here? And it's starting to turn red over here? And he's looking at, there's an exchange of gases going on right here. This is the decarboxylation process in process. Now, he's going to, look at this. Absolutely, fanatically fascinating for somebody like me. Here it is. How can you miss this? And he sent me rocks from here, and I have them here, and I've been looking at them, and I can only look at you can't miss it what you're seeing here, and I don't have any way to analyze it, but I can tell you what he just showed you is a decarboxylation and carboxylation inside of a giant lung. Okay, I speak a whole lot about these colored transition metals and these different pluses and so forth that they have, which indicates that they want to bond with, well, not necessarily bond with something, they want to attach to something, let's put it that way. And sometimes they will make a solid bond, and sometimes they will just take just one little electron and hold it until somebody else comes on with an electron and give it up. And that's what we're going to talk about now. All right, transition metals attached to things. What I am looking at is a rock that Tyson sent me. Now I'm going to turn the light up a bit where you'll be able to see, because I'm looking at the transition metals. Now I'm turning the light up. You see how they're embedded in that rock? You see how that rock is? It's amazing. Transition metals are infused everywhere. And then you have these red, that's red bloody spots, and then you have the black spots. Now, exactly how these things attach and detach, I don't know. But all of these transition metals infuse everywhere. And then the rest of it is all these different inclusions of red and black. You see, now that's wet there. I was just, but it, I mean, that's what it is everywhere. You see this here? I'm going to let it settle down here. Hold on, I got to stabilize that. Here we go. I mean, you see what it is. What it does is, as that rock rolls around through the body, things attach and attach and attach. They must. I don't know the chemistry here. I just rolled into this, literally. Tyson sent me a bunch of these rocks from within his huge caves. Now I have this exact same stuff here, but it's microscopic. I've always suspected this, but I could never produce evidence, which I now have the evidence. So that's what I'm calling evidence. Now you see, as it dries out, it's that is a very, very reactive surface. That is not just some bland piece of mud. That baby there's got some serious chemical reactivity. All right. These are your transition metals. This is about as chemically reactive as you're going to get. Now let me turn up the light a little bit. Now every one of those little molecules that has a color, well, I'm saying molecules, those little particles, those little crystals, they have a color represented to their electronic orbital electrons. And that means every different color, all these different, and there's a ton of them. You can't see them, I'm sure, but I can see them better than you, I know that. Now, every one of those colors has the ability to work with a different specific molecule. And I'm going to tell you right now, I think you need every one of those colors in your body in certain quantities. They don't just fall in there either. They are created and harvested and glued together by enzymes. And where do they come from? They come from bacteria. And where does the bacteria come from? It's supposed to inhabit your membranes and your gut and literally everywhere in your body. And they're responsible for creating these kind of reactive chemistry. They create catalysts. That's a reactive molecule. What is it going to do? It just doesn't float around and do nothing. It has to break something into a piece that says, you go attach to that white one, you go attach to that light blue one, you go to attach to the darker blue one, you go to attach to that red one, you go attach to that pink one and purple one, and on and on and on and on and on. And there's thousands of different chemical attachments and thousands of different bacteria and thousands of different enzymes, and they're just starting to really fully understand what these things do. And they are, if you don't have them, you're sick. And if you don't have them, it's most likely because the molecules that created them are not there. And you see these little tiny white ones here? Those are euperlites, are something that has a very strong photoluminescence, and I believe these are euperlite particles within this, because this one here is not huge. This one here is this size right here. All right, so. All right, I just hooked up with Tyson here, and he's got a cave system that's unbelievable. Now, I did a batch of videos about the cave, the same stuff I have here, only it's microscopic. And here is one of the entrances to the caves, and he's showing these blocky things right above. And he went through all of the stuff in the books. He's doing a fabulous job at proving the things he's saying. Because anybody can look and say, ooh, this looks like that, looks like this. Well, let's go a little deeper, and that's what we do here in Mudfossil University. He's doing an exceptionally good job at it. So I'm going to be hooking up with him in a minute. Okay, usually when I see these kind of colors, and it's reactive chemistry, because I see it in the lungs everywhere. So I'm saying these are pebbles and particles that move through the lungs of these giant creatures collecting things. Okay, this is Roger. This is the book, and here is where you can get it from. It's info@tajbooks.com, and that is the ISBN number right down there. I'm going to home in on that. I hope you can see that. You should be able to, because I can see it, and my eyes aren't good. So that's what we got, and this is the book you're going to need if you want to follow along with Mudfossil University. Tyson's got it. I've got it. They're only $15, something like that, on Amazon. And then you're going to need the microscope, and that's the Celestron 5 megapixel, 200. I'll show you a picture of mine. Okay, it's Roger. I got my Tyson with me here. We're going to go through Tyson's Mudfossil Adventures. Fabulous. Go up to his site. He's got a batch of videos about this. Now, I'm going to let him direct the whole show here. So I'm going to start it going, and then Tyson's going to tell us what he has got going here. So here it goes.
Hello and welcome. Back down here, seat ahead, doing some more research, and I wanted to show you something real quick before I get started, before I head over there to show you what's going on. I got my my human anatomy book here I brought with you to show you what I'm kind of thinking. I'm not married to the idea, but what might be going on, what I'm seeing. I've been looking for a pattern, and if you look at this right here.
Something I want to bring up here.
Okay, Tyson's got it.
When I first started trying to find biology, I was trying to find things that made sense to me, or something I could stand on. And I was, I knew we were in the lung area or something like that because of all the caves I was finding. So I started I was finding patterns on the entrances. Some were the same, some were different, and this blockiness, and also this mucosal membrane that looked like I was seeing. And that's what I found in this esophagus here, and I figured it ran on down to the bronchial tubes where all, you got major arteries and stuff also. So, and that's what I was seeing, and that's what I was going with here as I explained that in this video. So we can go ahead and go forward if you want.
Okay, going forward. Yep.
Here you'll see the membranous wall here of the trachea, and it runs down even into the branches.
Go ahead and slide it forward if you want, Roger. We can
some of this stuff in here.
Okay, hold on.
I'll show you in the cave entrances and on the walls. I'll show you one of my.
All right, here's
up in there.
This is the cave that you want to talk about, right?
Yeah, this is the one you might want to back it up a little bit more to see what I was seeing. This is where I was seeing the blocking. Yeah, right in there somewhere.
Okay, how's that?
There you go.
All right, right across the top, yeah.
Yeah, play that.
All right.
Along the edge of it here, like right in there, and right in there, and right in there, how blocky it is, and the places up in there. That's what I was looking at that cartilage.
Okay, you want to pause it for a second?
Okay.
Now, what I'm seeing right here is exactly what I was seeing in your short clip you have where you say I'm standing inside of one of these actually looking out and stuff. And that's what I was seeing also. And also inside this membranous, I see some membranous stuff inside the wall there I was also noticing. So that's what I was going with for the biology there. And I wasn't totally sure if I was right, but some of these tunnels are not the exact same. Like the one next to it's different.
Right, now, can I mention something, Tyson?
You bet.
How many caves did you find so far?
So far, I've found 21.
All right, now, when you just said this one's different than the next cave next to it, well, you and I know you know this, but there's arterial ones, and then there's vein type entrances. That's the black and the blue. Well, in the anatomy ones, you're going to see they're red and blue. When we look at them, it's the black. Is what would be the blue. So you were in one, it's like this one here, I believe, is a vein type, and then one next to it could be an arterial area.
Yeah, and I was also thinking you've also got, you have a lot of major arterial and vein work beside the bronchial tubes themselves. And so you could actually have a small bronchial tube, a smaller one transited down next to a large artery.
Right here, like right here,
Yeah,
what I just
yeah.
jumped to. You've got your black, and then you've got your red next to it, and this is
Right.
where you're making your oxygenation is actually occurring. This is actually the oxygen transfer point.
Almost on my back for you to see it. Just a
You
second.
see it? Just exactly where you are right there. That and I'm going to show. You can't see this, I know, Tyson, but I am going to show this here. What he's showing right there is this exact spot. This is that little lung that's cut apart, and it has all the little blood vessels running through it. Where that little red, bloody, gooey stuff right there is exactly what he's showing here. Identical. And
Now, if you stop right there, also you take a look at the right-hand corner up in there, and you see the stuff growing in there next to. See that white, that yellowish white
yeah,
stuff growing in the seams?
yeah.
Yeah, that's also
The camera.
it's feeding on stuff.
Well, this could just be.
Right. Anywhere you have red blood or yellow, even it's still capable of feeding things. Where you get into
Right.
the black, there's never anything there. There's nothing grows.
Right.
It's
Well, this
carboxylated.
stuff here was what I was almost wondering sometimes if this was the transitioning metals or if it was actually the membranous wall inside itself.
You got a creature that's so big, it's very difficult to make that
Yeah,
That's the
determination.
problem I was having problem with when I first
transitioning.
realized this. If
But
we
you
were
see the
actually
difference in-
standing next to cells and stuff, they're so big.
This.
We can stand next to cells, we can stand next
Well, let's put it this way. You know the things that you sent me, and I'm going to hold this one up right now. This is that big jobber that had all that red and all the different colors in it. This is, in us, would be
Right.
considered a mineral or a vitamin. These are vitamins and minerals that run through your body, and these are absorbers. And we were just talking, Tyson and I were just talking about that. As an absorber is a mineral that runs through your body, like this thing here. That thing is loaded with colors. And the colors are absorbers of molecules. And they turn into carboxylated, encased pebbles, right? Tyson, you've been breaking them
Right,
open,
yes.
and inside, they're...
I'm breaking them open with sledgehammers and finding something smaller inside, egg-shaped.
Right, and what that is, it's an absorber. It goes through...
absorber, right.
It goes through the body.
That thing's attached to it on its way out.
There you go. And then it comes out, and he smashes them open, and you get to the other thing. Now, in our body, those are suspended in carbonic acids, and then they get to the lungs in these regions, like not this specific place, but where it's black and red is intermingling. Well, here's a spot right here that looks pretty good. All right.
One huge solid piece. It's not from a.
Wherever the blood intermingles is where you're going to be transferring gases and particles, and they're going to be what's called carboxylating from the carbon attachment phase attached to these molecules, these chunks that are floating through your body, and then they get to a certain area where they get a change of pressurization and pH and so forth, and they end up going into gaseous states. There's carboxylation where they attach and so forth, and then there's decarboxylation where they turn into gaseous states. That's how I understand the carbon cycle through your body. So
And what's amazing, it happens in a millisecond.
yeah, oh yeah,
When you breathe in, you breathe out. That's one cycle.
very
But
quick,
it goes from a liquid to a gas.
very quick. Very quick.
Very quick.
All the chemical reactions in your body are,
I believe that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing that exchange happening.
yeah,
We're
it's
seeing it in a gigantic proportion.
really gigantic is the word.
Overwhelming when you're standing there. It's like that movie Inner Space.
Yeah.
Where they're inside, they get shot inside of Martin Short's body. Remember that? Doing
Yeah,
syringe?
it's amazing. Now here's
Yeah, they're in that
Tyson.
movie, yeah.
You see, look at this one, Tyson. Now you're inside. He's inside this little cave. This is the area right here where carboxylation is changing gases. You see the black and the red. They don't cuddle up together like that in little chunks like this. They change here. Somebody's invading somebody else's territory, and they're switching that. Give me some of that, and I'll give you some of this.
Right.
Two different types of material.
Yeah.
I've had this in one of my other videos too, I believe. Look at that material in there, and then it gets into this. And then over here is totally different.
Now, see all those little pebbles down the bottom? See the little round ones? That's what he's talking about. Once,
Just fall out.
yeah, you see here. Let me explain this, Tyson. I know you can do it, but I'm looking at it, and I got to grab the spotlight here. Now, you see this? You see this ball here and this ball? They are going to fall out, and they will get washed off and decarboxylated. They'll end up like these chunks. These are the things. These different colored objects are running through your body. These are the absorbers we were just talking about. And Tyson's got them everywhere. So some of these
Right
caves,
now, when they're in the wall like that, they're black because they got the carbon, the black on them.
it's still stuck.
Off, that gets washed off, and then they start getting these other colors.
Right, and it's basically that's what happens in your body when you
Cool.
when you
Yeah,
breathe.
that's what's going on.
When you
I
breathe, it's amazing stuff. I mean, it's
It's
just
so big, we're standing here.
it's exciting stuff, isn't it?
That's brown down there,
Exciting.
reddish.
Once you understand it, it's
Once you understand it.
You got this seam here.
And
Then
there's
you
something,
got-
there's a lot of stuff we still
This
don't
is like that
understand.
stuff in the other cave kind of seam.
what we're doing now. I guess we could pretty much wrap this one up. But
Yeah,
what,
let's wrap it up.
what we're doing, just so everybody understands, Tyson is an integral part in Mudfossil University now. He's doing the work. He's got all the tools. He's got the site. And he's got the motivation. So. What we need to do is to be sure that we're doing this in a correct way and making honest evaluations of what we see.
Right.
No opinions. There's no opinions
Right.
here. All right, opinions are, I always used to say, opinions are like rectums. Everybody's got one. And you don't normally like everybody else's.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, you were also talking about getting like a website, a database going there where we can put information and people can share. We got to get this where it's not so phony.
yeah, well, mudfossil.com is, we're just reorganizing the website now.
Reorganizing,
Yeah, and then we're going to start making courses and so forth. There's never going to be any charge that I can see going forward. I can't ever see that happening.
But just teaching how to start locating and learn the biology. And,
I'm going to, hold on, Tyson.
yeah.
Okay, Tyson's in this cave. This cave has all of these black rocks that are in the wall are going to fall out of there. Right now they're loaded with carbon stuck all over them. When they come down here, some of these are still have the carbon on. They will wash off. They'll get out of there, just like they do in your body, and they will end up in all these different kind of little colored pebbles, which are the absorbers we talked about before. And you can see this is an area where there is transitioning of blood going on. Now, Tyson's going to make a last statement here, and then we'll let you all go. But go ahead, Tyson. Say what you got to say, brother.
Yeah, I just want to make a statement that all those round, those transitional metals and stuff that they come out, they all look the same, like in one of my videos where they're all black, because they got the carboxylation. But yeah, you're right. After they do fall out, they change colors because they get back to their transitional metal colors and stuff like that. So it's quite amazing to see how big this is, the biology, as you can actually stand there, that it would be inside of your body, going through your veins, and that you can actually put your hands on it so big. It's just quite amazing.
It's overwhelming, brother.
Overwhelming. Thank you.
Okay, well, I guess we'll call it the day. But Tyson and I are going to be, everybody at Mudfossil University working together. Tyson happens to have this particular site, and he's doing a lot of work on this. So I'll probably be interfacing with him quite a bit. And it's Tyson's Mudfossil Adventures. He's got a bunch of videos up there, very, very good. I can't cover them all, and he's doing a fabulous job
More good ones coming.
yeah, he's understanding, my major point is go to his spot, because what you're going to see there is going to be real. You're going to look everywhere else, and you're going to be maybe yes, maybe no. All right, right now there's very few people that have any true understanding of what this entails, and it entails a lot. There's chemistry, there's anatomy, there's biology, there's erosion, there's every kind of, and plus, we're getting very, very deep into the ancient texts that describe all of these events, right, Tyson?
That's right.
It's very, very serious on that end. So we're not putting
Your afterlife.
yeah, there's so much to this. It's not one of these little fluff balls. So my major point is that it's got to be taken from a respectful, true interrogation of what really is factual. All right, so let's just leave it at that. All right, Tyson, brother, we're gonna make it happen, man.
All right. Bye-bye now.
Okay, thank you.